What's up, guys? Harold here, Figure Mania Show, along with the other Titan Masters. I've got Akira Joe, and I've got Isaiah Rickard, the new daddy, Kaiju. And we have special guests with us from California, Mike Monsters. Guys, give him a round of applause. Thank you for coming
Thank
on
you.
there.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
brother. Awesome. Now, just before we begin, just a quick notice. Alan is backstage, but he's not able to join us right now. But he's here in spirit. And Patrick is unable to join us today because he's got some stuff to do. All right. So hopefully both of those guys will be back in the next show. All right, guys. Now, just to give some shout outs here in the chat. So we got Jonathan. He's first person in the chat. Can't wait. Let's go. Yes. And also, by the way, he reminded me he has a birthday coming up on 25th? The 25th of this month. So happy birthday to you, sir. Alrighty. And yes, and also too is because we normally do the show like at the end of the month, but today is because my wife's birthday is next week, so
it's also Thanksgiving next week over here too, so it probably would have been hard for me to do next weekend. Now that I think about it.
Yeah,
worked out perfectly.
Perfect. Perfect.
Cool. And then just acknowledge somebody. Okay, Jamzilla, hello. Just got home from a very short photo shoot, about to prep dinner. Okay, cool. We'll be here. Alrighty. All right, guys. So, okay. So, Akira, do you have any pickups or anything like that? Anything that you want to tell us?
No, I don't have any. I didn't get anything.
Oh God.
Alrighty, cool. All right, Isaiah, any pickups or anything like that?
Nah, man. I guess the most recent, I've been trying to build my Halo army so I can continue with these Halo Godzilla shots. So
I'll be joining you soon with that. I'm just waiting for some
pickups.
stuff to come in. So
please do. I would love to spread this as far as we can.
Cool.
Kira, all right. I do have a few.
Throw that away.
I want that Batman so much, buddy.
That's a nice Batman.
Yeah. Can you put up on the screen again? Put up on the screen.
All right. So this is Spider-Man.
And then let's see the bat. All right. Ooh, Mayfix though. Oof.
Yeah, Mayfix. Yeah. Yeah. I hope they make a Superman for that, man.
Alan, I just picked up papers.
I think they will, man.
Did.
Oh man. I'm waiting for that Mayfix to come in. What's that? What's that, Isaiah? It's like a bag of diapers.
Yeah, fresh. That's like the latest pickup, guys.
Alrighty, cool. Kaiju just picked up some diapers. All right, okay, guys. So let's get into it. Okay, so Mike, thank you for coming on. It's an honor, a pleasure. All right, I've been ever since 2019, like at around King of the Monsters, I started seeing your work, and I was very fascinated with it because of this unique take that you have on your kaiju shots. All right, so we'll get into more of that. Let's just go with the first few questions of the interview. How did you and when did you become a fan of giant monsters?
I have always, I can always remember being a fan of giant monsters. One of my first memories is seeing the opening of Godzilla versus Biollante, with the scenes from 1984 of him walking down the streets and stuff like that. That is burned into my brain, those scenes, and I think I was probably barely walking at that point, and so I've been a fan for over 30 years now. I'm 33 years old, so yeah, I'm so old. Look at me.
I'm literally 10 years older than you.
Wow. Okay. Well, you don't even look it, sir. You look young. But no, I saw. Yeah, I remember seeing that movie. But I think my dad says that Megalon was probably my first movie, which I wouldn't be surprised because that was out before '89. And yeah, I've been always a big dinosaur fan, and just it kind of naturally goes. Once, if you're a big dinosaur fan when you're a kid, if you meet Godzilla while you're doing that, you just become a big Godzilla fan, I think, too.
Agree.
And it's never died. It slowed down a little bit when I was like a teenager in high school and like early years of college, but then like once the 2014 movie came back out, the revival came back, and it's been full steam ahead ever since then. I can't stop, and everything that's new is announced. I'm like always too excited about and everything like that. But yeah, I've been a fan for 33 years, I'd say, probably since the day I was born.
Cool. Yeah, very cool, man. Yeah, I agree with you there. I mean, when like for like me as a kid, like I started off with dinosaurs and stuff, and then I discovered Godzilla.
Yeah, and we didn't have Jurassic Park. There was no Jurassic Park yet. Not for me, not for you yet. I think I had Land Before Time. I think I had Land Before Time, and maybe some of those like Okay, I think Land Before Time for me, and then it was like maybe some of the Harryhausen things here and there from the like earlier years. But then it was Godzilla, and then we got Jurassic Park. Like that changed everything.
Yes,
a world before Jurassic Park existed. Yeah, it's wild, isn't it?
You guys aren't you guys don't look that old. That's still crazy.
So Perry Chua, what's up, sir? Thank you for coming on.
Oh yes, thanks for coming by, man. Good to see you.
All right, cool, man. So you've been, I mean, your career, what you do is professional photography. How long have you been doing that? Like when did you start doing toy photography? Like when did the transition happen?
So I picked up a camera pretty early. I'd say I was about 16 or 17 years old, and I got a little tiny like Kodak point and shoot camera that it looked like a disposable camera, but it's just like one of the tiny little digital ones. And I was just taking little tiny pictures here and there. And then I graduated high school, started working at a Best Buy, and in that time, somewhere in there, I started working in the camera department and going to school, which started being a graphic design degree at that same time. I didn't really know what I wanted to go to college for, and in that I kind of figured my path through there. And at the same time as being put in the camera department, I took a digital photography class like back to back, and then it just kind of started going from there, and I experimented a lot. But when where I lived, I didn't have like a lot of, I mean, I didn't know if I wanted to shoot people yet, and now I'm a people photographer. I'm mainly a portrait photographer. But I practiced with all my toys. I had been a pretty heavy collector when I was a kid. My mom and dad definitely spoiled me, and I had a lot of toys. And it was mainly at that time, I had a lot of Godzilla toys, but I was really into the Alien and Predator franchise too, because I had discovered that franchise in my teen years. So junior high and high school was like major Predator and Alien addiction. So I had a lot of the old McFarlane Predators and Aliens. And,
I remember those figures,
Yeah, the movie. I think they were called Movie
Masters.
Monster.
Yeah,
Movie Masters. Yeah,
I have the RoboCop for that one.
Nice. Yeah, I always wanted that one. I never found it, or I probably did. I just was expensive or something, or I was not working because I was a teenager. Yeah. But so I just eventually started. I got my first SLR, my DSLR, when I was working at Best Buy, and one day, I don't know what prompted it. I just decided I think I had watched Alien or something, and I was like, I have some really cool Alien toys. I think I can make my toys look like the movie. And I took them down to the garage and opened up the garage door and just let the light be a little bit more dramatic than I'm probably used to photographing. And I just put the toys in the right space. And I think that moment is when I started learning how to light. I saw how shadows were falling on the toy and stuff like that, because I had full control of the whole situation. And then I just started taking more and more photos of my toys to try to make them look like the movies, or just learn my camera. It allowed me to learn shallow depth of field or focus or lighting and composition, but I didn't really have much training. I took a photography class that taught me how to use a camera, but it didn't teach me the artistic rules of how to compose a shot and stuff like that. But I was figuring all that out on my own, because I think I've always been in art. I've drawn my whole life. I wanted to be a comic book artist, and always just kind of had a creative side to me. So I think I've just had a natural eye, and I didn't know that. So then when I eventually went to school for photography after I graduated from my graphic design degree, I really started focusing more on people because I started to
Mhm.
find out that I was really good at taking pictures of people, and I kind of liked it a lot too. And then those experiences or those connections allowed me to get really cool experiences that brought me travel or meeting really crazy people that we'll maybe talk about later down the road.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And so by doing that, I just kind of started growing. But in all of that, I'd still practice with my toys. I would like, if I'm trying to learn a new light setup or just experiment with something, or
Mhm.
say if I found a new thing that might give me a new effect in my camera by putting it in front of my
Mhm.
lens, I would always practice with my toys to see how I could implement it, and then I would push it towards my portrait work later on down the road.
Cool.
And that's kind of how it's always been. I'll play around with my toys, literally play with them by photographing them in different lights and different effects and all that kind of stuff, and then I take that and just make it my professional work too as well. And I think that's how I found my own voice and vision in this whole thing. And then
Mhm.
if I learn something while doing a portrait shoot with a person, I'll then implement that with the people or with the monster stuff too, or with the toy
Mhm.
stuff, you know. So it's kind of always been a full circle. And I've always kind of wanted to work in the entertainment industry, fashion it for a while, and then now it's kind of I'm trying to get more into filmmaking and the monster stuff or being involved with that stuff, and it's finally kind of coming together. Especially when I started taking photos, it was of monsters, and now it's kind of coming
Yeah.
back to the monsters and not so much the people again. And I think that's really
Very
cool because
fascinating.
that's kind of
Very fascinating.
because
Yeah.
I've loved movies, and I've always think growing up, I think I've always wanted to make what I saw when I watched Godzilla versus Biollante. Like I want
Yeah.
that to be what I'm making, and I think
Cool.
we're getting there one day. You know,
Yeah.
it's always baby
Isaiah,
steps.
he's an aspiring filmmaker too. So
Yeah,
yeah.
it's just doing it. It's just
Yeah.
doing it. Yeah, it's
Cool.
trying, messing up and experimenting. That's how I get to where I am.
Cool. So so which artists have been your biggest influence in your portrait photography and in your toy photography? Has there been an influence for you? What made you go in that direction?
That's a really tough question because I this sounds really I don't know the right term, maybe egotistical, but I don't look at a lot of other people's stuff while I'm trying
Mhm.
to find inspiration. I
Mhm.
usually, maybe I'll take that back. I do. It's just not in photography as much. It's more of like I'll watch a movie instead, or I'll listen to some music, or I'll go for a drive somewhere while I'm listening to music with the windows down or something like that. That's usually how I find my inspiration. It's kind of
Mhm.
like the daily life stuff, but also
Mhm.
through movies a lot of the time. Kind of like I mentioned earlier with I watched Alien and then I wanted to photograph my alien like the movie. I've kind of always
Mhm.
looked at cinema for my inspiration. So when I started really doing my neon stuff, like I was really, really into Blade Runner and the movie Drive
Oh,
at the
Mm.
same time.
I can see the
Mhm.
And
inspiration now.
yeah, and then shortly a couple years later, Blade Runner 2049 came out, which was like almost like a perfect combination of those two movies for me. And so that's kind of where I've pulled it from. So I don't want to say like egotistical. Maybe I was thinking wrong on that because I don't want people to think that I don't look at other people's work. I
Mhm.
do. I'm not one to like, oh, who's doing what? Because a lot of the time I like to not do what people are doing, so I don't like to see what people are doing. I don't know if that makes sense. I like to kind of just like
Sure.
not have any idea what people are doing, so that way I'm not overthinking what I'm doing. And then if I
Mhm.
accidentally do what they do, maybe I did it in a different way, and we can learn from each other off of that or something. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's kind of how my
Sure.
brain works.
Let's look at
It's
some of your stuff,
cool,
Mike.
yeah, because I don't know
Okay.
if this helps without context of any of
Yeah.
this stuff. So,
Sure.
ooh, a slideshow,
Yes.
fancy.
So okay, so for those watching right now,
Yeah.
this is where you guys can find Mike's work. Okay, so he's on Instagram, Mike.monsters on Instagram, and you see a couple of his beautiful pictures right there. And he also has a YouTube channel, Mike's Monsters. All right, guys, so go check him out on his YouTube. He just recently posted up a new video just today, right, Mike?
Yep, this afternoon, right
Ye-
before we got on here, it was pretty fun.
yes, sir.
It's a
Yeah.
short and sweet video, nothing crazy or too fancy. It's just nice and fun.
That's cool. That's cool. All right, so let's just get look at a shot here. I mean, look at this. I mean,
Colors. I
yeah,
love them.
Light painting,
yeah,
yeah.
it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's light
You know,
painting. Yep, that's what that is light painting.
How long do you
wow.
expose the shot for like something like this?
This one, so I can't really remember right now. So I have two
Oh.
lights for sure that are just set in there. One is stuck behind Godzilla's mouth. That is actually a light that I have sticking there.
Mhm.
And then
Alright.
the same kind of lights are the ones that are behind him too. That
Mhm.
because I didn't move that one, the whole beam just filled out. But because I moved them behind him, they became those separate streaks. I really don't know
Mhm.
how that worked out, but I liked it, so I went with it.
Oh, nice.
And then I
What,
also
what kind
have
of light
one.
is that?
If they're little, kind of like I have here in this, you can see the IKEA lamps here. They're little bit strips like
Oh,
that.
okay.
But they're tiny little ones. They're broken up into little pieces, and I got them at IKEA. I think they break into 4 separate little
Mhm.
light strips.
Mhm.
I use a lot of unconventional light setups to make my stuff happen, and it's like something I have a really hard time. If I tried to recreate this, I would have a really hard time because I don't know how
Mhm.
I even got to this point, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I know that like where the building and then there's light and then there's Godzilla. That's a light right there that I was jiggling to make it look like
Mhm.
fire.
Okay.
So I've got all 4 lights in there. So there's a blue light in the back, there's an orange light in the back, there's an orange light in the front, and a blue light from his mouth.
How many
And it's
layers is this?
this is probably just 2 separate exposures. I think I exposed specifically for the fire and the atomic breath, and then I exposed
Mhm.
one for the back.
Mhm.
And I also for his spines, the blue light
Mhm.
that's streaking in the back, I had held
Mhm.
them and pointed at his spines blue for a while too, and that's what made them light up like that as well.
Oh.
Mm.
So you're getting a lot of bounce light from that orange light that's in front of him, and then you're getting a lot of blue light that's bouncing on him as well. That's just a
Mhm.
long exposure. I want to say I probably had it going for a little bit because I would hold it and then I would do one where I'd wiggle the thing. And I think it was
Yeah.
probably like a 5 to 10 second exposure, maybe. And I had the place blacked out dark kind of thing. But
Yeah.
I could be
'Cause
wrong. It could have been a longer exposure. I'm not really sure on my numbers right there.
yeah, 'cause this
Um,
is very unique. I mean,
Thank
what
you.
influenced you to develop this style? Like, how did you
Um,
discover it, you know?
So this was funny because I saw the trailer for Godzilla versus Kong, and I was like, "That looks like my photo." Once he roared in the city, and then he was like showing all that neon shot, I was like, "Oh my god, did I predict that?" I had heard the movie was going to be neon, but I didn't know it was going to actually look like that. And I
Mhm.
was going off of the early screening reviews that came out from I think it was um, March or February of 2020 when they did their first screening of Godzilla versus Kong, and
Mhm.
the early reviews talked about how the ending was a big long neon battle. So I took that just neon battle, Godzilla and Kong, and I just did that. There
Mm.
wasn't really a I'm going to use a light scheme. I just wanted neons and Godzilla and
Mhm.
Kong to be fighting, and I just thought him blowing fire and Godzilla or Kong seeing him blowing fire could be like a good like he's seeing it and it's making him mad kind of vibe. Maybe I don't know if the emotion's there, but it was kind of one of those that maybe there's a motive behind it kind of thing.
Sure.
Because I think there's
So
another shot I
mhm.
did where it's a reverse shot where you see the Godzilla and Kong is in the background and you see him looking at Godzilla more, and that's kind of supposed to be like a double shot so you can get a story essentially the 2 of them.
Mhm. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna move on with one question because you kind of answered it
Yeah.
already. Where do you find ideas and inspirations?
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of
So
movies.
what challenges have you faced on your journey as a toy photographer when doing all these sort of shots?
I kind of mentioned it earlier too, where if I try to recreate some of this stuff, if it's not a very simple, basic lighting convention scheme, it's really
Mhm.
hard for me to recreate it sometimes. If I can get things to look similar, but sometimes the effects I can never get the same effect twice because of the way I had the light set up and the flare I got, or this or that.
How'd you do that?
The one on the left is actually a composite. That's 2 photos combined into one.
Mhm.
I made that as like a Godzilla versus Kong poster, fun thing. But the
You know
one on
what?
the
Like,
right,
I'm sorry to cut you off. That kind of reminds me of a photo that I saw back in the day because I used to be into wrestling of Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior. They were kind of like posed
okay,
exactly like that. So when I saw that photo, I was like, "Oh man, that's like shades of Hulk Hogan and Ultimate Warrior."
that's fun. I was going
Yeah,
for like a wrestling or like a showdown poster. That's good. Good job. I'm glad I
Wait,
made that happen.
that's
so
cool.
this is done through okay, so I've seen cameras that can you take a picture and then you can adjust it and you can take it again and it's like within the same shot. Is that what you did here?
Yeah,
Or is
that
it
no. So this photo is I literally just this is 2 different days. I had
layered?
a picture. Yeah, I just took a photo, and I like you can kind of see the blur between Godzilla and Kong's face. There's like a little bit of a blur in there, and that's where the photos kind of are separated. I just had a good color scheme where they kind of blended that you can't really tell as much.
Yeah, it looks really good though.
The Planet Earth Godzilla, that's a piece of glass in front of its mouth, and then there's that same light strip that I believe I used for the Kong versus Godzilla atomic breath. That's sitting way in the back of a room, and I put that piece of glass right at the right point of the lens to give it that little bit of extra little that flare around his mouth. So that's all on camera. And then I have I have a blue light, I believe, pointing right at his spines, and then there's like an orange light and a green light in there somewhere too. It looks like, because I'm seeing a little green highlight on his neck and his hand. Sure. See, that's the thing, is I'm like, how did I do this? I don't remember. I turned on a bunch of lights and I was like, ooh, that's
start doing BTS scenes.
Yeah.
I do. And a lot of times I'm like, how did I even get to that point? And then I'm like, if I showed this to people, it wouldn't help them. Is what I think to myself. Yeah. Because if it's confusing to me,
sorry, go ahead, Mike. Keep going.
Yeah, if it's confusing to me, it's probably even more confusing to somebody else. So,
alrighty. So we got Jim in the house. So Jim and Cal, how you doing? They're saying hello to you, Mike. Yes. Carlos, Sarah. Okay. Hello, brothers. Okay. Gary Chua. Hello. And look at this. Look at this comment. This is probably the best comment in the chat.
Oh my gosh. Never heard that before. Silky.
Rico Suave. All right, cool.
Hey, put on your talk show host. Hey guys, welcome in. My name is Harold Ruiz.
Got you there. Masters, everyone. This is Harold Ruiz.
Take me out.
Mike, what camera and equipment are you currently using for your shots?
Yeah, I'm using a 5D Mark III, so a little older Canon. Canon 5D Mark III. I also have a Mark II that I'll use every once in a while, or I'll use for my BTS shots in my videos. And then I'm using anywhere between a 35 millimeter lens of 1.4, 50 millimeter 1.8, an 85 1.8, or a 24 to 70 2.8. And it's a variety of those. I switch back and forth between like how much in the environment I want to see or how close up I want to get, depending on which lens I use. A lot of the time I like to use my 51.8, and I'll put like a 2x macro, it's just like a filter I screw on the front. It's not a new lens or like that. It's just a little 2x magnifier. And that lets me get in real close on some of these shots. So yeah, cool. That's it. Nothing too crazy after that. I mean, that's a lot of lenses I laid out there, but I've had that gear for like 10 years now. I haven't upgraded any of my camera gear in a long time. So that's probably going to bite me in the butt sometime soon, but we'll find out. Yeah.
Tell us about this shot right here.
Yeah. So that is during sunset in my apartment. The sun is blasting through my window. I have a dark blue wall in my bed, in my apartment living room. So that is just sun. And then that's the lens that's causing the lens flare, because I have the camera just at the right angle that it caught the lens flare. And then I took a spray bottle of water and I just sprayed like crazy and and that's that. It was one of those. Once I took the photo and I took the photo and looked at the back of the camera and I was like, kind of like I didn't know what to say. I was like, that's what it looked like. I think I might have toned it a little cooler in Photoshop once I got it in the camera, and probably made it a little little more contraster in the blacks, but that's about it. A lot of these I like to try to just get in one pull if I can. I don't like to do too much anymore. I'm too old for that. I've been doing this too long. I've spent too much time in Photoshop. I've spent my time in Photoshop. I don't do it anymore.
Cool.
Yeah, but that was one of those, like, I did that for a while, where if you see a spray rainy effect, it's the same. Literally, I'm not doing anything new. It's sunset in my apartment. I've got a stool, put my toy there, same camera angle, and toys get real wet, and then I put them on a fan afterwards and dry them out and let the LA sun bake them for a little bit, and then probably
there's something special about that X Plus Kong figure. I have that. One, and, like, it's just beautiful, so good. Man.
Yeah, multiple angles too. You can shoot that thing from a lot of different angles, and that's the same Kong that was in the poster earlier. It's just
Yeah.
you can get so many different expressions out of that guy, and he's not even articulated. That's the crazy
No,
thing.
yeah, like I've gotten so many great shots with that figure. Like when I
Yeah.
started doing, I stayed away for a long time from X Plus because I was in that mindset, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then once I got my hands, I mean, the Kong, that was my very first X Plus.
Oh,
And
nice.
then
That
I
was my
got the
second one. That was
gigantic
my second one.
89. And I was like,
Oof.
man, like I got to get my hands more on these guys.
Mine was the
I
89.
regret
Was
it
the
not
first
getting that.
one. That's
Oh no, I have one.
that's funny.
Actually.
We're reversed.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I got 89 I got 89 first, and then Kong. But then it's funny you're
Ah.
reversed than me. But you got the gigantic. I got the regular sized 89.
Yeah, because like I know, like when I started getting into X Plus and I got the Kong, I was like, oh man, like I wanted an 89, but there's like, is there gonna be a giant 89? Because if there is, I'm all over that. And then boom, literally as I was like speaking, like I see the advertisement, I go, it's
No.
mine.
I
And
don't
now-
have room for something that big. I don't know how you.
It's up here. Like I can't. I just love this figure so much. Even my gigantic 2019 up there, you know, and you know and the Mezco. It's coming next year. The Mezco 18-inch. I'm super excited for that figure. Man.
That one I had to not. I'm not doing that one. It's just like
No,
I gotta see that one in person before I pull the trigger on that one.
Yeah, that's
Price
an
tag is
expensive
way.
figure.
Yeah,
Oh,
I got to
man.
see how it's actually looking before we actually pull the trigger on that one because that price. But I love the idea of it. I'm excited for Mezco's the Destroy All Monsters set and like the
Yeah.
Mothra set they've got coming.
Yeah.
Woo, that's a good one right there.
Cool. Let's look at another shot here. I love this one, man. This looks like they're like at a nightclub.
Yeah,
You know,
that's fun.
that's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
that's
like a
fun.
poster scene to me. Like, you know, oh man, I can't remember the artist.
That's
name.
cool.
Orai
like-
Norioshi.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
even gonna pronounce the name. That's what it reminds me of. It's something like along
From like the 90s, from the
Yeah,
high safe, the high safe. Yeah, that's what I was kind of going for. I was kind of going for that vibe. Is I'm always trying to like get like a poster vibe. I think a lot of the time, or just like capture that epic moment, just to really capture like emotion and energy and all that kind of stuff. And that's why I do the light streaks because it makes it feel like they're almost moving, even though they are. These are X Plus right here. So the Mecha Godzilla can move his arms and twist his head, but that's about it. Like Godzilla, he just stands there. He doesn't do anything. So if I can get them to make him look like they're moving, I'm really happy with that.
Yeah,
and that's why I
that's
do
cool.
all my blurs and stuff like that.
These are the 30 centimeters, right?
Yeah, I think they're about this big. Yeah.
Okay.
That's whatever size that is. I'm bad at numbers, so if you ask me numbers, I'll be like, sure. Yeah.
That's all right. No worries. Yeah, because I just gotten to know like you know the difference between a 30 centimeter and a 25 centimeter. You know what I mean? It's like I don't understand why they fluctuate between those two scales. You know what I mean? There's 3 scales in X Plus: 25 centimeter, 30 centimeter, and then gigantic. Why don't you just stay with 30 centimeter? You know what I mean? Like a 30 centimeter figure is much better than a 25 centimeter in terms of scale. You know? I don't know, man. So let's move forward. I love this one, man. The Ninja Turtles.
Thanks.
That looks fun. I like how the colors represent each turtle. Like
that was the point. Yeah, it was definitely to get like each guy to have his thing. And that I had them hanging on wire in front of my projector.
Oh, you were
so that's why
hanging. Okay, I was gonna ask.
Yeah, so they're hanging, and so I did Photoshop a wire out. So I try not to do a lot of Photoshop to these things, but I did take the wire out, and it was usually right around their belly. I always tried to put it in I always try to put it in a spot that was like not going to be too hard to Photoshop.
Sure.
But yeah, so I did they're all lit from that, but then I have a projector. But these, I believe, were like double exposures. I think I shot a dark photo with just the background, and then I layered that onto these colorful ones too. So
I see.
It was the turtles and the color, and then it was the background, I think, because the projector was catching all my colored light when I turned them on. That's my challenge. I use a projector, not a TV. So when I turn my lights on, the projector gets dimmer because the lights are much brighter than the projector. So I lose my background when I do that. So I have to shoot 2 exposures a lot of the time.
I remember I asked you about that, remember?
Yeah. It would be much easier if I had a big TV, but I don't, because I like to not have that thing blocking all the space and a minimal space kind of, except this looks like not minimal right here, but I swear on that side of my room, it's very minimal and there's no TV.
Because I was gonna ask you, like I thought this was the glass technique, you know, like in my toy photography, like how if I want to shoot like a character like Rodan flying, like without using Photoshop or anything, I use the glass technique. So like my very last Rodan, that's how I had him shot. You know what I mean? Like using the glass. I thought this.
Oh,
was
so that
this.
gives like a little bit of a haze kind of thing to give it like a little bit of atmosphere or something. Is that what you're
Pretty much
using it
that
for?
too, and like
It
also
gives
like
it a sense
without
of floating.
yeah,
Okay.
without using without the need of using Photoshop at all either too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I
Yeah.
angled the glass just enough so it doesn't slide completely off. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
I
I
zoomed the
see.
camera
I see.
in. I zoomed
I
the
see,
camera
okay.
in just enough where like you don't see the edges of the glass anymore. You know what I
I
mean?
see.
And then
Okay.
there,
Yeah.
boom. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I thought you were layering glass to make it look like atmosphere, but you're stacking it on the glass essentially. So he's
Exactly.
kind
And
of
then like I'm angling
cool.
it from the bottom, and then like
Yeah.
but it's at a certain angle, and then like you know, so like if you go back to the BT to that photo in my Instagram,
Yeah.
you can see the BTS.
Yeah, I know the
how I
shot.
did that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So
Cool. Yeah.
cool.
See, like I have a degree in graphic design, which is technically my graphic design degree was mostly Photoshop classes. So I call myself I have a degree in. I always say I have a degree in Photoshop. So I try not to use it, but I'm really good at it too. But I'm trying not to use it. But if I can make it look like I didn't use it at all, that's great too. But I'm not against it. It's a great tool, but don't overuse it. That's my thing also.
Yeah.
But people do
Yeah.
think like obviously my work doesn't look natural, so people think my stuff's all photoshopped. But I understand why.
Of course,
but it's
yeah.
not.
I mean, like by looking at this, people would automatically think, "Oh, that's all Photoshop." You know what I mean? But
Yeah. Yeah.
Just use the colors
yeah.
and then those like use prisms.
It's lighting. Yeah, prisms
Yeah.
and just glass or like I mean, I was just drinking out of this glass right here, and if I put it up next to my lens, it probably does. You see how it's like distorting next to
it. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, see how it's like if I had a lower
Can you do that
f-stop,
again?
like, yeah, so like if I'm doing this here, you can see how the glass is moving the light like right in here. It's doing some weird things and like that. See, it's hard to do it with this lens because it's not the best.
Okay.
But you see, like
Yeah,
that would be something or I have some other things here. Like this is a little rainbow filter here, and this is
That's
like
pretty.
that. Yeah,
that's pretty
so
cool.
like, so that does that, or you can do like, I have a kaleidoscope kind of thing, and if I put that in front of it, it does like kind of kind of
So
thing.
when
So
you're
there's a whole
using
lot
those-
of stuff.
When you're using
Go
that
ahead.
stuff, are you putting it right against the
A
lens
lot of
of
the
the
times,
camera?
yeah, a lot of the times I am. So you can see my whole room now because I'm reflecting the prism here. So yeah, this is literally touching my lens right here, and I know that scares a lot of people, but I like I said, I haven't changed my gear in about 10 years. So my stuff's all beat up and stuff, but it's how I get my effects is by putting it right on the lens and like basically rubbing right against it and stuff like that.
That's cool, and it's just stuff that you can just pick up, like the glass, like you can just get it in from the kitchen, right?
Yeah, like literally, that was just a glass I was drinking out of when we were talking here. So, or some of these are just random things I've picked up at like a Walmart or a Target or Michael's or an art store. Yeah, see, exactly. Yeah, just like you just got to experiment. That's the thing is, I got to this point by just trying over and over and over again. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's taken a lot of experimenting and also trying and failing. I'm not good at it all the time. Like I might throw some effects in there that no one will ever see because they were just practice. And if they didn't work, they didn't work. And that's okay. I know a lot of people will like try it and then they don't get it right off the bat. And they're like, what's wrong here? I'm like, well, you didn't take the time to try and practice. And like, it takes a long, it's like a muscle memory for me at this point, but it took me a while to get to that muscle memory. I could just turn on some lights and put my special pieces of glass or whatever I use in there. And I usually know where to put that stuff, but I didn't when I first started. It takes a while. So, and that's what people don't need to they need to understand is that patience with this stuff.
Absolutely.
I'm told I'm patient, but I've also told by some people I'm very patient. Maybe that's why I'm able to get some of these effects because I take a little more time than I probably need to get to this point. But then it got me to that point, so it was a good thing. So
it was what
cool.
Yeah.
So I love these shots right here. Shredder, and that's Vegeta, right? And
Vegeta.
Yeah, Vegeta
Adam
from Dragon
West, Batman.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, that is Batman.
And so like that Vegeta is basically using this
Is that
rainbow
Batman?
filter, I believe. Yeah, that's Batman. So that's how
Oh, I
I did the
see.
Vegeta right there.
Vengeance.
It just depended
Cool.
on the lighting I had going on there, and that's how it got so like crazy and stuff.
Cool.
And it's tilting it in certain angles and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And,
Woo! Oh, okay.
yeah.
Mm.
Woo!
That's creamy.
So you are now on the cover of Kaiju Ramen magazine that's just released
Yeah.
this week, right?
I love those.
Yeah, or
covers.
it got announced this week. Yeah. So I don't know if it's available for purchase just yet, but I think they're trying to get it out next month, December.
That's cool, buddy.
That's
Congratulations.
so
Congrats.
nice.
Thank you.
So
Thank
are you in this magazine? Are you doing a special interview in this magazine or just contributing
just
photo?
the cover. Just the cover.
Oh, I
here.
see.
Yeah.
Okay.
They asked me over the summer and gave me they wanted like an RGB, like that retro vibe, neon, which is obviously what I did. But I was like, okay, we'll take red, green, and blue, and we'll put it in here. So I did. And
That's cool.
yeah.
Hey, if I was
Yeah,
asking
so-
a figure, I'd probably buy it. I feel like a figure
I
look
would-
like that off the box. Yeah, it'd be in my
Ooh,
collection.
maybe that's a goal one day. Maybe my work will get to a point where people make action figures about how it is lit. You know what I mean? Like, you know
Yes.
that
Mhm.
Attack Peter statue? Like, I don't know, by
Yes.
Mondo, where
Yeah,
it's that black
yeah,
and
yeah.
white. That's just his art style. So like, it would be amazing one day to have like my toys, or there's people making toys that are made out of like based off of my lighting kind of thing.
Mhm.
You know, I don't know if that makes sense, but
Yeah,
that's like
it
a
does.
dream goal right there.
Yeah.
It'd be nuts.
Cool.
That'd be crazy. Yeah.
I'd buy that.
Cool.
Give me it.
Thanks.
Let's talk about this.
Mike!
Yeah. Yeah.
So tell me about this. I'm very curious.
Yeah, it's very surreal to me. So people who are watching this don't know who this is. This is the man who directed Godzilla King of the Monsters 2019, Mike Doherty.
Saying his name
He
wrong. Oh.
what?
Doherty? I've been saying Doherty.
Doherty.
Yeah.
So in the middle of 2020, when everything was the way it was, shut down and stuff, I think a lot more people got on their phones and more active. And he got on Instagram, started posting a bunch of his stuff. And one day when I was on my professional Instagram account, which is mainly models and fashion and stuff like that,
Mhm.
I commented on one of his red carpet posts of him just posting from the premiere of Godzilla King of the Monsters, of just like, I think it was a bunch of drummers from the premiere. And I just said, this is super rad. About 10 minutes later, I got followed and I think I had a panic attack. He followed me back. And then I freaked out. And then I sent him a, hey, thank you for that little movie you made. And I sent him a picture of my King of the Monsters shelf that I had going on at the time. And he said, my pleasure, love your work. And I was like, thank you. And then so I said, well, I'm also a toy photographer here. And so I sent him a picture of one of my Alien figures because I knew he liked those movies. And then he followed my toy photography. And that we talked a little bit back and forth. And I said, it would be awesome to send you a print or something one day. And he's like, well, why don't we get coffee when this whole world thing is calmed down? And I was like, okay. And a year later, exactly a year later, I posted about the Cinerama Dome shutting down in Los Angeles because the ArcLight cinemas are closing down here, and they were the ones that did that giant Godzilla head bursting out of the cinema when 2019 was coming out, and I had gone and photographed that when it was happening, and so when I posted it, Mike had messaged me and asked if I would be able to send him the high quality photos of those for himself, and I was like, absolutely, sure, why not? And I sent it to him, and I was like, would love to get coffee again if you're free sometime soon. And then less than a week later, I was sitting with him in his office having coffee with him and
so cool.
talking about Alien and Predator movies, which are some of our favorite movies. And then a month or so after that, he hit me up for this magazine that was doing an article on him because he had bought out a room in the house from the Halloween movie where Michael Myers grew up. He made it his office space in that room, and they were doing an article about him in this Halloween magazine about the house and all that. And he needed a photographer and hit me up, and we did a shoot with his puppy that he had just got, and then it was for the magazine, and yeah. that was that, and we've been in
Cool.
touch. And I started. It was funny because I started working at a toy collectible shop for about a month because I
Mhm.
needed a little extra income because it was a little slow for a little bit. But like 2 or
Sure.
3 days after I started working there, we have control of what we can put on the TVs there, and I decided to put King of the Monsters on, and I decided to go watch the Ghidorah and Godzilla ice fight in Antarctica.
Mhm.
And I watched it, and I turned around, and he's walking towards me, Mike Doherty,
Oh, wow.
and I point at him, and he points at me, and we kind of do that like Spider-Man pointing meme at each other, and we're like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing?" And then I pointed at the TV. I was like, "How are you here while I'm have your movie on?" And what? And we
That's
laughed about
weird,
it,
man.
and it was so weird. And he was like, "How am I here out of all the times that I haven't been in the shop for 3 years, and you're here, and you've got my movie on?" It was weird. It was funny, and
No, that's
it was just
cool.
like a fun. Yeah, it's just like a
That's
fun little
incredible.
thing that's happened after we've done this photo shoot. But yeah, we're in touch. We chat every once in a while, and it's still very surreal and kind of crazy to me. But yeah,
Wow.
it's
I mean,
a
to meet
cool
the
connection to
people.
have now.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
totally, man.
like I said, I wanted to be involved with making all the monster movies. So now making the connections with the people that make the monster movies has been really, really cool. Like I've met the people that made the Aliens and Predators for the Alien and Predator movies and stuff like that, and
Mhm.
Oh, cool.
Studio
So my
Studio
question,
ADI.
Mike, what
Yeah.
part do you want to play in making these movies? Is it the creation of the monsters, or is it the cinema? Is it the directing piece?
That's where I'm kind of still trying to figure all that out too. Like
A loaded question.
yeah, I know, right? I think I'm like maybe I'm a little biased. I'm like I can shoot a cool monster movie, so I want cinematographer. But then I'm like I've got opinions on some of the screenwriting in Hollywood these days. So I'm like I
Yeah,
could write my own story or I'd be director or this or that. Like I kind of want to try it all, you know.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
I think
I've
but I
heard of
think
that.
first step would be getting on set and just being like an on-set photographer. That's kind of where I'm at
Mhm.
right now. It's like if I could it would have been amazing. I know it can't happen now, but like they just finished wrapping a new Predator movie that was just announced called Prey.
Oh,
It's coming to Hulu next year.
really? I didn't know
I'm
about that.
I'm connected to ADI, and I'm like, I wish I could have been on set somehow because they were doing the Predator, and it's like, okay, but I'm close, you know. Like, if I could just be on set to shoot that stuff and do the behind the scenes photos that you see online or something like that, maybe one day. But the fact that I've
Yeah.
even gone to their studio and photographed, like, so they designed Mothra and Rodan and King Ghidorah and sections of them too. So when I got to go to Studio ADI, I saw that leaked Rodan maquette we saw years before King of the Monsters came out. And we were all like, we're
Yes,
not sure if this is real or not.
You
It
already know.
was.
it
Yeah.
was.
Same with Mothra. I saw Mothra before she had her wings added because a different company did her wings. So it's like I have the connections now. I just need those connections to start growing to other things. But I didn't have
Yeah.
them before. So we're slowly getting there. It's always baby steps and
Sure.
patience.
You start
You'll get there eventually if you just gotta keep working towards it.
You just gotta
Being a good
be persistent. Yes. Be
Yeah, and also
persistent.
just being a
Yeah.
good person, not being annoying, not being weird.
Yeah.
Just kind of like just being a good person. It helps a lot
Yeah.
too. Yeah.
Cool. That's incredible,
Yeah.
dude.
So that's just like a
Congratulations for
connection.
that, man.
Thank you. It's one of those like it's very surreal to me, and like I
Mhm.
still can't believe I'm here talking about it at times. And like I have here. I'll show you guys my Polaroid of him that I've got here. So like I took a Polaroid of him. There it is.
Oh, next to the
Yeah. Yeah, where is it? Yeah, he has a framed poster of Ghidorah in there, three-headed monster. So
Cool.
he's holding my NECA Godzilla from King of the Monsters in there
Tell them
too.
to put it down.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's like my little memory
Mhm.
of that day for
Mhm.
myself that I get to hold
Cool.
on. Besides that, I got a physical copy of the magazine. That's still surreal too. So like I have that
Yeah.
magazine this year, and then we just talked about the magazine cover. I've never
Yeah.
had a magazine cover before, so that's fun. It's been a pretty
Cool.
good year, I'd say, this year.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in your toy photography, what's like your favorite part of the process? Like when you're getting your photos together and thing. What's your favorite part?
It's weird because sometimes in the moment I really don't enjoy it. I know that sounds weird, but I'm like, you know, when a figure falls over or something, you're just
Oh
like,
God,
why am I
yeah.
doing this?
Yeah.
What is the point of this?
Yeah.
Definitely not those parts. But then like sometimes if I just turn on a light and then I might turn my live view on the camera just to see what that light looks like, and You're like,
Mhm.
oh man, kind of that right there is like, oof. And then sometimes just like creating the scene. Once you know you got it right, and then you see it, you're just like, chef's kiss kind of thing. It feels good. I think
Sure.
I don't really have a favorite part. It's always kind of been the whole thing because like
Mhm.
once you've got it edited too and it's done, you're like, that's really cool. But then you get to share it and people get to react to it, and
Yeah.
it's all part of like one big cycle for me. So I don't know if I have like a favorite part of the process, to be honest.
Cool.
That's fair. No,
So, do you
Yeah.
have a favorite figure to shoot and a least favorite figure to shoot in
Let's
your
hear
in
it.
your repertoire?
Probably my favorite is I mean the one I think I've shot the most is my 89 X Plus Godzilla.
Mhm.
He's like in a lot of my photos, probably because it's my favorite Godzilla too.
Sure.
One of my least favorites to shoot, I don't know if it's a Godzilla or kaiju figure, but this NECA Alien Queen, I don't know if you can see her right here.
She's just
She's
so
beautiful.
heavy.
She's beautiful, but she can't stand, and you can't get her in any
Oh.
pose. She's got like a pole holding her up. You can see this pole right here, and like
Uh-huh.
you can only keep that thing in one spot, and she's just so hard to pose and
I don't
beautiful,
Yeah.
but like
Yeah,
yeah,
it's such a big
NECA.
head. They would either like
Yeah.
hollow out or put like a
Something
or more like a less heavy. I don't even know the word I'm looking for right now. But you would assume that
materials or something like that.
plastic.
Yeah, there's something in there that's just off kilter, and it just makes the whole thing go
Yeah. It's
weird.
kind of reminds me of like the SH Monster Arts King Ghidorah, the 2019.
Yeah.
Like
Oh yeah,
See, I
it
don't have
looks
that one yet.
beautiful,
I
but
hope
like
the new one's better, but I don't have the old one. But I've heard the horror stories. But I hope the special color, I hope is better because I don't have that.
Wings like
I don't
Raphalos
think
or
so.
whatever
It
it is.
looks like the same
See,
exact
yeah,
engineering, just different
I've
color. That's
got
all it is.
That
Raphalos
was
right there.
perfect.
Yeah, where's my hand? How do I do this? I don't know how to use a camera. Rathalos right there is great.
Mhm.
And then I have what is that? I'm blanking out of my brain right now. Having a brain fart. Narkuga, is that the name of it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, that's a great one
Yeah.
too. I don't have Zinogre yet, but like that's a great it's great. Yeah, you've got all these stands here, but I'm fine with that. I don't know. I know some people complain that thing's not the most posable, but I liked that figure. Once I
It's
got that, I was
It's
really
nice.
impressed with it. Yeah,
okay, cool.
because I've seen videos of that Ghidorah, and it just it tips over all.
Oh, like every time I
Or the
take
head-
that guy
the
out,
head
I'm like,
falls
oh,
off.
you, God, I have to
Yeah.
manage you
I don't even
again.
take
You
them
know,
out.
Yeah, it's one of those like I'd put it up and
Yeah.
I'd never touch that one ever again, probably.
Oh yeah.
Which is why I sold it.
I hope.
Like
Yeah,
I
hope
love
this
I love the
version is
result that I
better.
get from that figure, but like managing him, taking him out, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
I'm probably gonna get the special color version because I don't have a Ghidorah besides
No.
the like I don't really have any Ghidorah figures. I have like a little statue and that's about it. But I need something that I can pose, and that's like the best next thing that's coming. But I hope that because sometimes they upgrade the sculpts a little bit and not just paint them differently. So maybe this one's better, but I'm not getting my hopes up.
hope so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No
So
expectation. If it happens, it happens.
Right. So what would be your dream figure, existent or non-existent for you, Mike?
I'm always like drooling over those gigantic Shin Godzillas from X Plus, Open Mouth or Atomic Breath or any of them. Just I love Shin Godzilla. I don't have enough. I have a small, tiny Shin Godzilla shelf that has barely anything on it, and I need way more because that's like probably my favorite Godzilla design next to 89. And that thing is just so beastly and nice and just beautiful most of the time I see photos of it. So I'd say something like that would be just like a gigantic Shin Godzilla or just a really nice detailed Shin Godzilla. It'd be amazing if I could just switch the heads too somehow, like not have to get. I have Monster Arts. I just don't have the Shin Godzilla of the Monster Arts, but I don't really like the sculpt.
You know, the thing though is with the SH Monster Arts,
his face
that
looks a little weird.
Godzilla, Shin Godzilla's got so much detail on him that it would be it's just so hard to capture it in just a 6-inch figure, you know what I mean? So that's why like for a lot of people that figure falls flat, you know what I mean? Because they just can't fit enough detail in it. Yeah.
If I didn't do Shin Godzilla big, I'd do like a King of the Monsters or Godzilla versus Kong gigantic. I need a big guy like that too, like an X Plus, especially with glowing fins or something like that. I really want something that has like a glow. Like I love that the
The
Biollante. Yeah, I love when they glow. I just love things that light up. Obviously, like glowing.
What's it called?
Yeah.
Gimmick. Little
Yeah,
gimmicks?
I think it's called a gimmick. I don't like that term
Mhm.
because it sounds gimmicky,
Yeah.
but it always makes it sound
You
like
know,
people
like
are making fun of it. I'm like, yeah.
speaking of Shin Godzilla, I mean, did you see that 90 centimeter Shin Godzilla? That photo that I
I think
took?
so.
I mean,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
it's a
That I think that's
stylized
what.
version, you know, but
Yeah, it looks
seeing having
amazing.
that figure in front of you, it's
Yeah,
incredible. Like,
yeah.
man,
Yeah,
That's
and I just rewatched that movie with my girlfriend, and it was her first time seeing it, and I've seen it a million times, of course, and I just love that movie, and I love that design, and I don't have anything that really. I have a little Bandai figure, just one of those
hmm
6-inch ones, and that's it. And that's
yeah,
it does enough, but you try to photograph that thing, and it looks like a Bandai figure. Like it's
yeah.
not
So
that
he's
detailed.
got so much detail that
Yeah,
very
you need
stiff.
to have a big figure to appreciate it, like a
yeah,
30 centimeter X plus or gigantic or bigger, you know.
yeah,
So
yeah,
that's the thing.
yeah.
So, we've already talked about one of your biggest highlights for you in your journey as a toy photographer. I mean, Mike Doherty. I mean, that's huge. You know what I mean?
It
Like,
is huge.
It's crazy.
yeah. So, and you touched on a little bit already on your goal as a toy for. What would be your goal as an artist? What's your goal as an artist, Mike?
The older I get, it's funny. I was all about fashion photography and being in Hollywood and models and being at all the parties and stuff like that because I was younger and crazy. And now I'm like, I want to make the stuff and make people happy and but also be involved with making the franchises I love be the best I can be.
Hmm.
Be the best they can be, not me, but I also want to be the best they can be. Like I see a lot today, especially I don't know if you guys are involved in the community much in the dialogue and discourse, but like people get really butthurt about certain things in the franchises that they love these days, be it
Yes.
Star Wars, Godzilla, Alien, Predator, anything.
Big
And
time.
it's like
Yeah.
I want to celebrate the things that I love. And if I have a critique for it, it's because I want it to be better.
Sure.
And in my own way, maybe my vision of better isn't better for somebody else, you know.
Hmm.
But eventually, I'd like to be maybe one of those people that's eventually helping to make the franchise maybe that we love, be it Godzilla or Alien or Predator or something that I love, become the best it can be. Take it back to maybe the roots if they need to go there or something like that. Say Alien and Predator with their little how weird they've been lately, or Godzilla. I think has been on a really great track. Not everybody might agree with that, but like Japan's giving us
I think
really
so.
great
Yeah.
stuff. America's giving us some really great stuff, and they're two different universes that are combining into one. And I think that's amazing that we're getting so many different interpretations at the same time. We've never lived
Yeah.
in a world like this right now,
Yeah,
No.
so
it's just
we
kind
should
of weird to
embrace
think
it. Yeah,
we're
it's
all here at
crazy.
this certain time, seeing everything. It's just crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we never had all this before. So like let's celebrate that instead of talking crap about something we might not like about it. I see
Hmm.
so much like kind of like baiting and uh
Oh yeah.
crap posting to get people to like
Yeah.
fight each
To
other. And it's
argue.
like
Yeah.
can we just like actually celebrate what we love here? And why
Yeah.
are we here if we're not celebrating the love of it? And a
Yeah.
critique is not an attack personally. It's
Yeah.
something most of the time to make it a better thing. While
Hmm.
there also is I don't know about, I'm going to say this and probably sound like a jerk. I don't know if all critiques are valid because some of them are just people venting to
Yeah.
be grumpy and mad because
Yeah.
they didn't get what they wanted. But
Hmm.
maybe realize that this works for somebody else and it might not work for you, especially
Sure.
in a franchise as old as Godzilla.
Hmm.
There's this franchise has taught me to be accepting of good and bad because we've had good and bad Godzilla my whole
Oh
life.
yeah. But you know,
So when
like that's the
Star
thing. Like,
Wars,
yeah, like I appreciate like all this good, this different stuff too, because you know,
yeah,
like if you look at comics, you know what I mean. DC is always giving us different stuff with the same characters. You know what I mean? Different
mhm,
versions of Superman, different versions of Batman, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Godzilla is no different, but just some people just can't get away from like that thinking, oh, I don't like this version of Godzilla, blah blah blah,
yeah.
because it's not like a like it doesn't have to
There's
be.
no
You know what I
perfect
mean? Like
Godzilla.
you know, there's like different
Godzilla is
versions.
universal. Godzilla is
Exactly. You know what I
universal.
mean?
There's a Godzilla for everyone, and like it's been
Exactly.
for me, it's been really interesting because I met my girlfriend a year before Godzilla versus Kong came out, and she had
Hmm.
not really had much Godzilla exposure because she's not a fan.
Hmm.
But because I started getting excited for Godzilla versus Kong, she had to start doing some research by watching the movies with me, and she has got to experience the vast differences of Godzilla. And it's been really interesting to see someone who's not in the fan base react to how different it can be, and not be butthurt if it doesn't go the same way that they're used to. She had been she saw Godzilla versus Kong. She saw a couple of the sillier ones. She saw King Kong versus Godzilla, more of the fantastical ones. And then I recently showed her Shin Godzilla, and she was not ready for how serious that movie got. She hadn't seen a serious Godzilla movie. And I said, that's the beauty of Godzilla. You can do so much with him and tell different types of stories, and it can hit somebody else differently. And she didn't actually like Shin Godzilla. She didn't like Shin Godzilla, but I liked her reaction to it. That was the best part. Like that to me tells that Godzilla can be so much. And I wish, and not just in Godzilla fandom, but I wish more fandoms would accept that things can change. And while not all change is good, I agree with that. Some, especially when it's Disney-fied, it's not always meant for it, especially when it's mass produced. But I get like I said, I was just trying to say that maybe if we like kind of accept it more and critique it, we can make it better. And I would like to be one of those people that makes it better. I guess that's the long-winded answer to your question.
I'm still waiting for that Godzilla that walks that line of seriousness and horror. You know what I mean?
I haven't got the movie that I wanted. Shin Godzilla was the closest I've got, but it's still not there for me.
It's still not there. Yeah.
I feel okay. So you're looking what I like. So this is how I feel with the whole Batman series. I was waiting for the Batman Thriller version of, because that's originally, from what I got from the comics, the original comics, it was more so like a thriller.
Yeah.
So I had the Nolan's version. It was very upbeat, but not upbeat. It had its,
it's hyper real.
It had universe, but this specific one is more serious. It's more darker tone. Hence with like the Nirvana being one of their main songs, Something's in the Way. That song is like, if you listen to that song, it's meant to be a song of self-reflection. And so it's like, man, I've been waiting for something like this.
This Batman looks like, so I don't know if you guys know this, but Batman was my first word also. So like, I love Batman about as much as I love Godzilla in certain ways, but I haven't loved the recent Batmans as much. But this new one,
oh no, this is that one. That's the one.
This is that one. Exactly. So it's like I want a Godzilla to be like that, and I kind of thought Shin Godzilla was going to be it. I thought 2014 was going to be that, but we know how that is. But so maybe one day I'll be involved with making that one, Harold.
Yeah.
Who knows? Maybe I'll make us that one. Because that's what I want. I want the true remake of the original movie that actually tells the horrors of what he is and what he represents. Exactly. We got a little bit of that with Shin Godzilla, but we also got more of the political aspect of it. I want people to like be terrified of the beast that he is, that we made, to really drive home what we have. But then again, it's Hollywood, so who knows if we'll ever get to make that movie.
That's why a lot of people hated 2014, but for me, the reason why I love 2014 and Shin so much is it's like the realistic take on, and then if you watch the interview with Gareth Edwards, he specifically says like, I want it to feel as real as possible. Obviously, in the situation, it's a giant kaiju, but how would we interact? How would we react? And obviously, I mean, the military side is like, I wouldn't say it's like perfectly accurate, speak from like experience, but in a way, in a state of emergency, with no knowledge and, using all of the military assets that we would, I could see that, possibly happening. As I don't like the future. For me personally, I hate like super futuristic, far in the future stuff. But if it makes a movie work, it makes a movie work, and I'll still enjoy it. But just me, I have that.
I'd like it to be grounded in realism again. I would like I have not loved the Monster versus fantastical aspect as much with the technology. I liked it when it was back to grounded, but I agree, Isaiah. I totally hear you, and I didn't mean to say like I didn't like 2014. I'm one that I can find a gem in every Godzilla movie, even if people don't like them, kind of thing. That's when I'm one of those fans, and I know that might throw some people off, but I can appreciate everything we've got.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So guys, let's go into some news because like there was like a ton of stuff that got revealed.
Oh my God,
things.
So old channel.
So guys, did you guys see this on Godzilla
Yeah, I stayed
Day?
up. I stayed up
Yeah, I
late.
saw that.
I was up till like 2 or 3 in the morning waiting for that thing. Yeah, it was fun.
This was so good to watch. You see this picture right here where he's doing like that uppercut? That made me chuckle.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
Yeah, this is definitely a throwback to the how ridiculous Godzilla could be. As you were talking, all different.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. That's just
That's what's
Yeah.
fun is that we've got this Shin Godzilla, and then they made this. That was so much fun
Yes.
to me. Like they are
Yes.
completely aware of what the franchise can be, and
Mhm.
they're the ones that made it too, so they could do whatever they want. And
Of
this
course,
felt
yeah.
just like a perfect. It felt like a perfect throwback. It was amazing.
Totally.
I figured they were gonna drop a S8 because it's literally them too.
Yeah, I know. So did I.
Yeah. Cool. So, oh my goodness, guys. Like,
Yeah.
who's not getting this guy? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
to skip this one, unfortunately.
I'm definitely
Just, you know.
skipping in. Really?
I have so look, man, once you have a baby, and everything like that, you gotta be decisive. And for me, with photography, I don't know how as much as I want to recreate the original scenes, my more focus in my photography has been like the realism. And not saying I won't ever get them, but I can't get them right now.
No.
I definitely do. I mean, I don't know how articulated he's gonna be because I mean, if you remember the movies, he's not really like.
No, he just flaps his arms.
Oh, it's probably just the
very,
hand.
like-
You know?
Yeah.
So there's
That's
only
it.
so much I could do, and I already am lacking like a lot of like I can't recreate the scenes like you do, Harold. You have the accuracy and recreating like not only like your own, but also if you want to go and do the suit scenes, I don't have the ability to do that. So I just stick with like the things that I can do, like the realism. That's my main focus. I want to buy him though. He's beautiful.
Man.
Look,
And you know,
accessories.
and you're getting the flying version and the swimming version along with him. So you're getting his forms too. Oh, we just lost Mike.
Mike.
No,
Man,
I think he just turned off his webcam. He's just.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Oh.
He probably needs a bathroom break. Needs
Yeah.
a good bathroom probably.
You
So
wanna then for or you just
Yeah.
want the topic? I'm sorry. I was just curious.
So I'm definitely picking this guy up, man. So I got my mind's running wild with ideas for this guy already.
There he
Yeah.
is.
There he is.
You
Welcome
picking up
back.
I had to use the
Hydora?
restroom.
Yeah.
Yes, I am definitely getting that guy. Of course, I am. I have to.
I want
Yes.
to, but
Might not right
And,
away,
like-
but like I'm one of those.
Yeah,
Like, I never
okay,
get it
see,
right away.
that's
I
what I
get it
said.
like 6 months after a little bit when it's on sale or something like that.
eventually is that how I go
Yeah.
about it. I can't just get it right off. I've already
Yeah.
so
Cool.
much.
I'm a budget guy. I'm never right on the unless it's like a specific like if there's only making like so many of them, you have to get the pre-order in, like a
Yeah,
Mondo thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the
Yeah.
poster version. I got super lucky with that.
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
that.
So
I'm getting this. for sure.
guys,
This-
Yeah.
I need another different like guys. I need another suit. I really do.
Yeah.
This is the movie that started me. When I was a
So
big little boy.
it's about time that they're bringing this guy out, because like I remember
Yeah.
like a couple of years ago, they posted up a picture of like at one of their Tamashii Nation stores, and it was the suit of this guy. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So then like that prompted me like okay, so are they working on a new SH Monster Arts Godzilla this version? And man, that was like 2-3 years
Perfect.
ago already, and now we're getting him. You know what I mean? So
they better
yeah.
give some dang old accessories for this dude. Like Little Blast, unless they want to release a Monster X in the Kaiser Ghidorah, I'm all for it.
I bet they will.
They
I bet
will. They will. They have to. I mean, like we've
They
got
have to milk
Gigan.
it.
Yeah.
Watch,
exactly. That's the thing.
they'll also do Hedora as well. They'll do this Hedora and then they'll do the next Hedora right after that, and then they'll double dip it.
Yeah,
Sure.
we're gonna milk it. Special color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love those
How much
guys.
do you
Though, man. They double dip a lot.
Oh yeah, they do. How much
Yeah.
do you think this will be? $80-$60? You think?
Yeah, 60 to 80.
60 to
Depending on
80, depending on
accessories.
exactly what I was about to say. Depends on if it comes with accessories. If not, it'll be over 100.
Yeah, my God, that boy was.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
dude was like
Because
150.
I think Ultima, Ultima was like 150, and I don't think he comes with any accessories, right? Oh no, he comes with the little
He's
Jet
been funny.
Jaguars.
He comes with the little Jet Jaguar and stuff, and then
Yeah.
I think
But his
the
tail-
extra jaw.
his tails are like 40 feet long too, so they're paying for that.
Muto
Yeah.
set, and I was like,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that Muto set too.
I had to. I love that movie so much. I just bought the 4K today just so I can watch it. Oh man, I love it.
Cool.
Nice.
So I mean, this figure is looking really great. I mean, I
Yeah,
like the
the
open
tail.
hands too. Like we don't get a lot of
Yeah.
Godzillas with open hands like that.
No,
you know what
I love
mean?
the
Like, they're always
29.
like
I love the
this, look at this, you know
2019's
what I mean?
open hands, or
Yeah.
2021, I guess.
The
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah, 2021.
Yeah,
Yeah, 2019, not 2021.
Yeah,
Yeah,
pretty much the same.
they are just the different hands.
I feel like, oh man, I really like the colors. I don't remember. Oh, so if you look at the scene on the boat, Godzilla has like a brown tone to him. I actually really dig that. A lot of people didn't.
yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
I love
Yeah.
that.
It looks
Yeah,
good.
it's not-
He has a brown
yeah.
tone in most of the movie, especially like
Yeah.
at the end when the sun's rising and he's yelling at Kong.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
like when I first saw this suit back in the day, watching this movie, like if you notice, like on the movie poster, it's the Millennium Godzilla, the 2000 Godzilla 2000, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
then watching the movie, that's
Yeah.
not that suit. You know what I mean? And then like I didn't like this suit at the time. You know what I mean? Because I thought it looked
Really?
like a cat. And
Oh,
there-
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a cat. He's Catzilla. He's Catzilla. It's this Godzilla
Yeah.
on the poster though.
Yeah, that threw
Yes.
me off too.
Yeah.
yeah,
And he had I think he had like the blue spine.
Yeah.
don't-
Yeah, he's got the blue spines. Yeah.
yeah.
He's
And, like, I
Catzilla.
thought- Yeah, and I thought that and he's grown on me since then, but I thought his spines were undersized too. You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
okay.
they could have beefed
He has
it up
like
a little bit more.
84 vibe to the spines. 84, his aren't terribly big.
Yeah, but his
Yeah.
head shape works with the spine
Yeah,
size. I
the
think,
spine-
on my
he's
opinion,
slim.
he's like more square. I think as a shape, but yeah, I think I go back and forth with like 2004 is one of my. He's not one of my favorite suits, but I don't dislike him. But he definitely looks like a cat. He's very
Yeah.
he's very cute. He's like a frustrated cat. He's very cute.
Yes.
I'll never forget the flame in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
So,
flaming eye
guys-
is a great shot. I just saw this today. I didn't even know this
Yeah.
was coming.
What?
Ugh.
Skipping it.
Solar Chogokin's expensive as hell, dude.
It's
Are
and
they
it's
I
bigger.
wasn't
articulated?
paying attention. I thought it was Monster Rats. It's
I was
No, it's
hoping
not
it
a SH Monster. It's a Solar Shigoken. So this is going to be bigger. So it's going to be like my Gypsy Danger Solar Shigoken.
Okay.
That size.
Mm.
Like
Are those
300 bucks
articulated?
easily. They're articulated too. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like they're die
Ah,
cast.
it's
Like
not the best
the,
though.
the Gypsy, it's like parts of it has die cast in it and things. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's what makes it very expensive and things. But I'm skipping
scared.
this guy because I mean you're not gonna be able to, like, if you want this guy for toy photography like on his own, great. But if you're gonna be doing it like to scale up to other, this guy's not gonna scale up to any of your SH Monster Arts.
Hmm.
Yeah, I have a
I
feeling.
love-
You gotta look good. I think the eyes will lit up. Yeah.
The eyes will light up, yeah,
It's
because
better
like
for
Gypsy's,
tangibility, I
Yeah.
guess.
yeah,
Dude, Gypsy was the dope figure, but man, he's like, I'm scared to articulate him at all. I feel like he's gonna break.
yeah, yeah. I agree.
Expensive as they are, that I don't feel like they
Mhm.
use the best like plastic for them because you can hear the joints like. And I'm like, oh, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, yeah.
I actually might
So-
just sell mine, honestly.
Oh, really?
I just-
okay.
I love it, but it's just like I don't know. I have the fear that if I break it, it's gonna be worth nothing. So if someone else breaks it, it'll be worth nothing.
Yep.
Yeah.
But
So-
it'll be a better home. I don't know.
So
I'm thinking about
I'm
it.
skipping this guy. Anybody else?
I would like it, but I don't need it. Kiryu's my favorite, but I don't need it. Like
Yeah.
now that you
Yeah.
said he's not going to scale well, and he's not as posable. I'm like,
Well, he's gonna be posable, but he's not gonna scale with
not
any of your
not
SH
as.
Monster Arts.
Is he how
Yeah.
posable though? Is he just like a little
actually,
bit? Or is he
Chogokin
like,
can-
Well, it's hard to say.
Chogokin
I
can
would say
be
he
really
probably
possible.
matches SH
Yeah.
Monsters a little bit. He's just a little
Okay.
bigger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, Soul Shogoken, like my Gypsy Danger, like he is very posable, but like but having it in your hand, you have this fear that it's gonna break on you. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
Okay.
you don't want to spend that much money and then like have it
Yeah,
break.
so-
got it?
yeah.
I just get an X Plus instead. And
I'm
I
thinking
don't
about
care
getting the
the
model,
person.
figure, honestly, the Ava one. I was
Oh
thinking,
yeah, that's a nice one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it looks really good built too. Oh yeah, I already have this dude. Well, no, I don't have. Jeff.
I need to pre-order
I-
that one, but I'm getting it. I'm
I
getting it.
got this guy on pre-order. Yeah,
Yeah,
can't
I
wait
didn't
for
buy
him.
him yet. I definitely have Ultima though. I'm just kind of like conserving
You're
because I
not
have
buying this guy,
Ultima and Godzilla all paid off, huh?
You're not getting this guy, Isaiah?
Not immediately. Eventually though.
Oh,
Same with Fedora. It's just kind of like I have to kind of like wait it out.
Okay.
I've already placed my.
This is a day one though for me. I can't help it.
No, I'm definitely like look at everything you're getting. You're getting the
Yeah,
spear.
I
You're
also
getting like
have
this.
the.
You know
No,
what I
no,
mean?
there's a lot of accessories.
I can't if you
Yeah.
can see him, but I have the 3D printed one or whatever in there that
Oh, yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Toy
That's
Maker
tall.
3D or whatever. Yeah, he's
Mhm.
huge. He's big. I'm not able to pose him as well as the photos showed, but like I'm ready for a good Jet Jaguar that I can like really pose and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm probably
Yeah.
eventually getting them though. I do like it.
I still want classic Jet Jaguar. So
Yeah, we all
They
do.
They were
that one.
teasing the
We
hell
all
out
do.
of all the retro or OG designs at the end of the show with like the end credits.
yeah,
Yeah, I was like, dang.
totally. So here's the Mezco. Anybody picking this
And now
up?
I don't know if I want that as much as now that
I
I'm
know
seeing
you
this
catch the
Oscar,
SH
I'm
and it
like,
shows.
I'm like, shoot, I forgot. I actually forgot this was coming out. I remember the Throw Out Monsters one, but I forgot that they announced this. And now I'm
Yeah.
like, which one? I'm gonna get one or the other, I guess. I don't know which one yet.
What's more affordable?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I
This
might
is
go
gonna
with
be
the more
more
affordable. Yeah. I might go with
definitely-
that one.
But these are like 5 inches tall.
They're tiny. Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
Mezco Batman, but he's tinier, but I love him at the same time. He's awesome.
Cool. Alrighty. So
Oh,
my
Yeah, see, like
goodness.
that would
Why-
be like that would be a wish list figure for me right there. Like that's a grail right there. I want something
Why
like that.
did
I
they
like the
not?
Prime Studio better.
I love this this Rick version of this Godzilla. I wish that they would have given us like that highlighted mouth too with the last Rick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I just like this guy better posed. I like the posing on this guy is I like this so much better, you know, than like the last one. Like I'm selling my old Rick for this guy, you know. So
How much are you selling that for?
I got my buddy doing that for me and things.
Never
So
mind.
basically, like I don't have to pay for this guy. You know what I mean? So yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this guy. But again, a thing that really just 25 centimeter. Why don't you just go 30 centimeters? You know what I mean? Because we already got a 25 centimeter Rick last time. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. Mike, what are your thoughts on this one?
I would like it. I probably won't get it, but I'd like it.
Oh yeah,
it's just budget and too big, and I don't have the room for it. Like I'm running out of room as it is right now. I don't know where I'd put him if I got it, and I don't need it, but I want it.
Yeah.
So if it was gifted to me, I wouldn't not accept it. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But I just I'm getting all these Monster Arts figures. I got to budget myself a little bit.
Sure.
Yeah. I like it though. But then you said something, yeah, like the Prime One stuff though. Like I might even lean more towards that sometimes than these guys.
You know what, like the Prime One Studios, like it's a smaller version of the diorama. Like I don't know. I took a close look at the mouth, and I just don't like it. He looks toothless almost.
Did you see it in person?
Really?
I haven't seen it in person, but just by looking at the prototypes and stuff, like if you look at the prototype of the diorama one, that's perfect. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And it's in the scale of a gigantic series, and it lights up and everything. Like, I mean, I want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then like the smaller version of it, I don't know. Just when you, I don't know. I have that little nitpick. Like one of the things I look for in a Godzilla is his eyes and his teeth. You know what I mean? And
no, I agree. I agree.
Don't really do it.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, because everybody's been doing the new Yuji Sakai 2019 Godzilla or 2020 Godzilla, right? 2021. Is he the little one that's right now that everybody's getting lately? I feel like it's a Yuji Sakai figure. That all the prototype photos look amazing, but then people's in-hand photos haven't been very good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could be the wrong figure though.
I know exactly what you're talking about. You're talking about
it's it's got the cut in the neck right there. You can see the cut perfect. It's not painted very well and everything. Here, I don't know if I.
Yeah, it's like a bright orangish yellow.
Yeah,
I did not
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And then
The
the
prototype photos, they look so much better than this thing, but yeah, like, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a lot of
you
things. You'll get these amazing prototype photos, and then you just don't get them in the real life. They always look amazing in
Yeah.
the prototypes.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
But that, ooh,
I want this guy, but I missed out. Like this guy, the pre-order sold out on him fast, and
oh, I didn't even know it was already
it's
sold
only
out.
a Japan
Oh, really?
store
I was
exclusive. Yeah,
Oh my god, I was about to get it. It's sold out.
it's sold out, and like
I had
I'm
one in
Oh,
my cart
crap.
for like 20 minutes. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I thought about doing it. I really did.
I
I
want
didn't
this
do it,
guy.
but I wanted to. I wanted to. I
I
didn't do it.
hope X Plus has to do a second batch.
It
you know?
will. They
I
have a
feel
second
like they
one,
will.
pretty sure.
Yeah, man. But this is
think
like from
Josh
Godzilla
H
the
will make
Ride.
them.
Yeah,
That's a good
Yeah.
design.
yeah. It's for me. It feels like an amalgamation of the Heisei and Legendary
Mhm.
combined.
Yeah.
This is what this
Mhm.
feels like to me. So that's why like
Yeah.
I love this guy so much. You know what I mean? So
I
Yeah, I
agree.
definitely want that.
yeah,
Each figure.
yeah.
Imagine that.
Whew.
The
Yeah.
Ghidorah too. I really did dig the design of the Ghidorah.
Yeah, that thing was good.
So they're coming out with this guy suited color versions. So this is going to be 30 centimeter. I think this is also a Godzilla store exclusive. I'm not too sure.
I'm pretty sure it was. Yeah.
I think it
Yeah.
was
This
too.
one, I think they had a Mecha Godzilla as well.
Yes, they're coming out with they're reissuing Mecha Godzilla, gigantic Mecha Godzilla, I think.
Mhm.
Yeah. So my buddy's got that. Like whenever I want to, I'll just get his.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's nice
So-
to have friends with connections.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
very nice. Yeah. You have no idea.
Yeah.
And he's only 2 blocks away from me, Isaiah. Yeah.
Oh,
Stop
yeah.
it. Making me
That's
jealous.
Yeah.
Little jelly.
And I've got this guy. I pre-ordered this guy.
That's cool.
So,
I like those promo shots. Those are fun. I like
He
the way
looks
that,
sick, yeah. Like it's actually like die cast almost.
yeah, they made
Yeah.
that thing look way fancier than it probably is. That's for sure.
Mhm.
But it looks good.
yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll fit right in with the Ichibansho Godzilla.
Yeah.
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 Like
Yeah.
fixed poses. I'm very
Yeah.
I'm still trying to get over the whole fixed poses thing for me.
Really?
It's tough.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you really but
Really.
but at the same time it pushes your creativity, you know? So
Yeah, it's true.
that's the thing. Yeah. So alrighty. So we've reached the end, guys. We've covered everything, guys. Alrighty. So so let's just acknowledge some people in the chat. Okay, so we haven't done that. So I want the SH monster to that one. I think she's talking about the Jet Jaguar, right? Okay.
No, I
So
think
Tommy-
she's talking about the ride.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it'd be
yes,
nice to
I
have a
hope
ride.
they have to make an SH
They
That would be a
monster out
nice
of the
one.
ride. Yeah.
They were supposed to do the snow Godzilla from whatever that anime was. That looked pretty dope.
Mhm. Yeah. So I think the ride, it looks cool. Amalgamation. Yeah.
His
Yes,
big feet,
Mason.
I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, Godzilla the Ride. Yes, I want. I'm with you there, Jamzilla. I want an SH Monster Arts version of that Godzilla.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
all do.
Yeah.
Uh,
All right, guys. So we've reached the end. All right, guys. I got class at 11 o'clock, so that's the thing. Yeah. So, but maybe hold on a second. Let's just. We haven't done this in a while. Doing some shout outs on the Titan Masters Instagram. You guys want to do it?
sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How do we do this? Hold on.
Are we doing it?
Alrighty. So,
Ba-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
dun-dun-dun. All right. So, shout out to Richard _ Toy IP. This is
Toy
a very nice shot. Very good.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Toyib.
Alrighty. Atomic
Mr.
Goji.
Atomic Goji.
Sammy
And that's
Goji.
like this is a
What's the
custom
dude from the
fit.
book, the little comic,
That's
Ramble
yeah.
or some. I don't know his name.
It's a Brazilian person in Brazil who made this. I'll probably put
Oh,
it on.
Oh,
I thought okay,
Yeah.
but it's based on the comic, right?
Yes, it's based
Yeah,
on
I
the
think-
comic.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Tai Mat, is that the name of the monster? I don't know.
Hi, Matt. Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
know.
It's just another Titan that they threw in there.
Yeah, and
That's
this
I'm
you?
is
bad. I don't
this is-
keep up with the. I don't read the comics. I'm bad.
Yeah,
so
so
this one
I
is by
gotta
the
I gotta work
Figuremania
on this
show.
guy. Yes, that's me. Oh, who's Figure Mania show, by the way?
Oh,
That
Yeah,
guy. Huh.
yes.
Who is this?
Alrighty. Oh, that's Figure Mania
That's
show
fun.
again. God damn it, that guy.
it's like he's everywhere.
Piece of crap.
It's like he runs through Haiti or
No!
something.
Oh, Kaiju.
Who the
Oh,
hell's
my
this
God.
guy? How did this
Yeah.
get in here?
Trash bag. Throw that away.
I need to get myself some little tiny people for those kind of things. I don't have anything like that. I need to get some of that
There we
stuff 'cause
go.
those are so.
Yeah,
Yeah, those are so fun. I need to do that kind of stuff.
yeah. I got a whole bunch of these. Yeah.
What scale is that?
140. 140.
140, 1 to 144.
Yeah, there it
1
is.
to 144. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Again, numbers. I don't know these things. I would have got
Yeah.
1 to 116 or whatever,
Racist.
and they'd show up and
Yes. All right. So
Atomic
shout
Goji.
out. Okay. I get.
Again.
Dude, I feel like it's we post. Oh my god.
You okay, sweetie? Okay. So
Power
shout
P?
out to Perichua.
Power P.
Yes.
I like that.
All right.
Finally getting his
That's
own
awesome.
Atomic Goji.
Yeah.
Is this inspired from what's his name?
The live action Gundam, yeah.
yeah,
live
yeah,
action,
what, I
yeah.
can't remember. Roberts?
Jordan Boat.
Yeah,
Oh,
Jordan Bogue Roberts. Yeah.
Jordan.
So
Vogt.
Power Hour. I like this little.
Power
Power Hour is Power Hour. You're killing it lately. If you're listening, you're killing it. I've been watching
I like
your
that
work.
sky.
Like nuts.
Look at that.
So good.
Wait, go back.
Oh,
Go back to the sky. Look at that ombre. I appreciate skies like that.
Yeah.
it's a good gradient.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
No.
So
Skip this.
is that the
one.
custom head, Isaiah?
Yeah, I was about to say, is that
No.
a custom head?
Wait.
Because it looks
It's literally.
his snout looks different.
It's literally this guy. I like 2014 this much that I sacrificed.
It
one of my
is okay. I see.
2019.
Cool.
Hey guys.
Yeah, okay. Let's see.
Alrighty.
2014 needs an updated figure, bro. I don't care what anyone
He
says.
does.
Yeah, he does.
He's a really like I remember getting really hyped for that figure, and then I got it. I was like severely disappointed by the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's why I'm happy with the NECA one. Honestly,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
biggest one. I don't really care.
So,
That's great.
Oh,
That's great.
Akira.
Oh shit.
yes.
Who's that?
Who's
Who's
that?
that?
I love this one.
Whew, that's good.
By kneel before Zod. You will kneel now.
Good stuff.
Yes. Okay, so lots of great pictures from the community.
Love them.
So the community's growing steadily, which is nice. But we want to see more from other people. Like, they need to up their game and things.
I like this one. This.
Yeah. Oh, this one?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
this
it's
one.
nice and simple. Yeah.
Nice and simple. It looks good.
Yes.
Simple is
Alrighty.
sometimes the best.
Yes. Alrighty. So, oh, what happened? Is that it? No, there's more than that. Hold on a
There's
second.
way more. There it
Yeah.
is. I really like
There it
this
is.
one.
Yeah.
Junky's
I like
been
this
killing
one
Yeah,
it
that's
too.
great.
Yeah. This is nice. All right.
Atomic.
So
That's fun.
Atomic
Yours?
Goji's like editing has been his FX editing has been coming along pretty nicely.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this was a great episode.
That was a good time.
If you guys haven't watched it, go watch it. This was awesome. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
the starter. Ew. Oh god, dude! I get the worst pictures. It's always
Yeah.
do this.
Yes. Alrighty. All right, guys. So that's.
I don't know if you
pretty
can see
much
that.
it
There's an
for today.
exclusive look. I took that this morning. There's an exclusive look at, or yesterday.
No.
Oh, that's the wrong. I don't know if you can see that. That was
that's
yesterday
cool.
morning.
Who did that?
No.
Harold, is that you? I'm
Me.
coming for you.
Well,
That's the Mondo X Plus, or the new Mondo Umi variant Godzilla.
yeah.
It's for
You got
my
it?
my
How- I
review
thought it
that I
sold
little.
out,
It's
like-
not even a review. It did. I got it at the convention. I was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. I didn't know
Oh,
you could
cool.
get convention stuff. I might need your help.
Yeah. All right,
If-
guys. So, guys, that's all the time we have today, guys. Guys, thank you so much for coming on today. For those of you watching in the chat, really appreciate it, guys. And guys, be back next month. We have another special guest. Kaiju Carnage will be joining us for episode 12.
Mhm.
And also, we are going to be doing another Ask Titan Masters. And
Yep.
I think John Ruffin will be joining us for Ask Titan Masters. Okay, guys? So be on the lookout for that. All right, guys? All right, guys. Guys, thank you so much for watching, guys. Mike, thank you so much for coming on today, man. It was a great talk with you. I wish you best of luck
Did we lose
and
him?
more success for you and
No, I'm
things.
here.
And
Isn't it?
yeah.
Did he lie? Did I? Okay. Did we lose him? Or am I just glitching out on my end?
Oh no, Harold's right.
Okay, my internet just died right when he said that. Sorry. My internet started dying
Yeah.
right when he said Mike, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
Harold's up here.
Yes. All righty. And you're
Touch my
down
finger,
there.
Harold.
Okay, let's do that. Like,
Finger, connect
Wait,
all
wait, wait,
four.
wait.
Come on.
How do I-
Shit,
Other
how do I
way.
do this?
Come
shit?
on. Other way, Akira.
No, wait.
Other hand. There you go.
there you go.
Yeah.
Powers combined.
Ah!
All right, guys. Guys, thank you so much for watching, guys, and see you guys later. All right, guys, and guys,
Hey,
stay
guys.
on. Okay, so I'm just gonna end the broadcast. All right, guys. All
All
right,
right.
guys. Thank you so much. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.